Hey guys, Owen here. Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be going over the top 10 left wingers and the top 10 right wingers in NHL 16. So I'm going to put them both in this video. Next video will be top 10 centers. But yeah, let's get on with this video. We're going to start off with the left wingers here. And the first one we have is the newly acquired Dallas star, Patrick Sharp. He's going to be 88 overall in this game. I think that's a fair rating for him. He's been a solid performer in the playoffs and regular seasons in past years. And he should be a great addition for Dallas. At number 9, we have Alex Steen, another former Toronto Maple Leaf. He is 88 overall this year. He had a decent season with the Blues last year. I think 88 overall is a fair rating for him. Next up at number 8, we have Andrew Ladd, the captain of the Winnipeg Jets, at 88 overall. Now I think this rating might be a bit high. He's a good defensive player, but he's not really known for his offensive skills. So I'd say he's more of an 86 or an 87. But still, 88 is a pretty good rating for him. Next up, we have the former captain of the San Jose Sharks, Patrick Marleau, at 88 overall. Now, I think this might be a bit high for him. He had a decent season last year, but he's getting old, and his stats are dropping off. So 88 overall might be a bit high. I'd say for him as well, about an 86 would be better. Now at number 6, we have the youngest captain in the NHL, Gabriel Landeskog, at 89 overall. He's had some decent seasons in the past, but Colorado has struggled recently and hasn't done that great. So 89 overall might be a bit high. I'd say an 88 or 87 would probably be better for him. Next up at number 5, we have Max Pacioretty of the Montreal Canadiens. He's an 89 overall this year. I think this rating is great. Might be a bit low. I think he had 40 goals last year. He's 89 overall. I'd say he could probably be a 90 overall, even maybe a 91. But still a great player, and he should have a great card in that. Next up, we have Zach Parise of the Minnesota Wild. He's 90 overall. I think this is a fair rating for Zach Parise. He's had some good seasons in the past. He's a good player, and he should be great this season in NHL. Next up at number 3, we have Taylor Hall, the Edmonton Oilers, at 90 overall, which I somewhat disagree with. He has a lot of talent, but he hasn't really been able to show it with the team that Edmonton has put on the ice in the past few seasons. Now with Connor McDavid, this should really change it. So I think 90 overall is alright. I'd probably have him at a 88 personally. Next up at number 2, we have the Art Ross winner, Jamie Benn of the Dallas Stars, at 92 overall. Jamie Benn had a great season last year, had I think 3 points in the last game of the season to clinch that Art Ross, I think it was. And yeah, he had a great season. 92 overall is I think a fair rating for him. It's 2 upgrade boosts from last year. He's a big guy, he can hit, he should be great in HUT and GM mode. Next up at number 1, we have Alexander Ovechkin at 93 overall. This guy's been one of the best left wingers in the NHL. Not really known for his defensive stats, but he is one of the best offensive players in the league. He had, I think, 50 goals last year in a very down offensive season in the entire NHL. So I think that this is a fair rating for him, and it should be cool, interesting to see how well his card is. It should be great, though, just because of his overall and his speed. Anyways, guys, that is the top 10 left wingers. Now we're going to move on to right wingers here, starting off with Jiri Hudler of the Calgary Flames at 88 overall. I think this rating is a bit too high. Jiri Hudler had a great year last year, yes, but he hasn't had sustained success in the league. So I think an 86 or an 87 would be a more appropriate rating for him, but 88 is still acceptable. Next up at number 9, we have Kyle Okposo of the New York Islanders. I think 88 overall is an alright rating. His 2 might be a bit too high. He hasn't had a lot of high success in the league before, but he did have a good season last year, so I think 88 is acceptable. Next up at 8, we have Blake Wheeler of the Winnipeg Jets, another Winnipeg Jet who had a great year last year. I think 89 is a fair rating for him. It's 2 rating upgrade, and I think that's a fair rating for him this year. Next up at number 7, we have Rick Nash of the New York Islanders at an 89 overall. Now I feel this might be a bit too low. He's had some great offensive seasons in the past, and last year was no exception. But he's been kind of shaky as of late, so I think that's the reason they gave him an 89, not a 90 or 91. So I think this is an alright rating. Next up at number 6, we have Phil Kessel, now of the Pittsburgh Penguins, formerly Toronto Maple Leaf, at 89 overall. He actually got a 1 overall downgrade from last year, which I don't agree with. I think last year, yes, he didn't have the greatest year, but he had a good season on a very bad team. So I think 89 is a bit too low. I'd put him in a 90 or 91, similar to Rick Nash. Next up at number 5, we have Marian Hossa of Chicago Blackhawks. This guy is a jack of all trades. He can defend, he can score, anything. This guy is a great player, and he's been with the Blackhawks for a long time. 90 overall, I think, is a fair rating for him. He should be great in Hut, as he's just got a great mix of defensive and offensive stats. But watch out in GM mode, as he's, I think, 36 now, so he's going to start to drop off pretty quick. Next up at number 4, we have Jakub Voracek of the Philadelphia Flyers at 90 overall. He had a big breakout season last year, and I think that's the main reason he's 90 overall. I think that's a 2 upgrade boost for him, and I think that's a fair rating for him. He had a really great season, was really hot at the start of the year, and it'll be interesting to see if he can keep that up this year with the Flyers. Next up at number 3, we have Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues at 91 overall. This guy could not stay off the highlight reels last year, scoring some amazing goals. It's going to be insane to see how good his card is in Hut and how well he does in the NHL this year. Either way, it should be great. Next up at number 2, we have Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. He's 92 overall. I think this is a great rating for Kane. I feel that in past years his rating has been too low, and I think they finally got it right this year. He's not known for his defensive skills, but his offense is amazing, probably unparalleled in the league today. Then at number 1, we have Corey Perry of the Anaheim Ducks. He's a 92 overall. The assistant captain of the Anaheim Ducks, he has played great. Him and Getzlaf have made one of the best duos in the league. He's an extreme scorer. He can put pucks in the back of the net all day, and I think he should have a great card in Hut just because of his insane speed and his great shot. Anyways, guys, that is the top left wingers and right wingers for NHL 16. Make sure to come back tomorrow because I'm going to have the top 10 centers in the league. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and take care.